Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me here at Journey of Faith with Pam. I hope you're all having a great day. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if you haven't heard, the Fed just raised interest rates yet again by a 0.5%. Now, I am not an economist. I do not claim to be, but I cannot understand when everything is so high and continues to go higher and higher, how they think that raising interest rates is going to help the economy. Maybe all they're looking to do is slow down spending. Well, personally, I think it's almost forced to be slowed down because of the fact that everything's gone up. But supposedly, they're the experts. I guess we just sit back, grin and bear it, and hopefully, eventually, things will get better. I guess it's just one of those things we have to wait and see. The Bible verse that I have for us today is from 1 Timothy 6:10. And this one reads, "For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil." Some people, eager for money, have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many griefs. Oh my, isn't that one true? What some people will do when they want to turn and start worshiping money as if it was their God instead of worshiping Jesus Christ. You might have a brief moment to where you think, oh yeah, I've got the world in the palm of my hand, but eventually you'll pay for it. And that brings me to the story that I wanted to speak about today, which is about Sam Bankman-Fried, who is the founder of FTX. And I've been listening to a lot of this because this guy was actually very young for what he did. And my questions are a few. One, how does someone so young fraud take so much money, embezzle so much money from so many different people? I don't know anything about cryptocurrency. I don't know one thing about how it works. But I started looking to see what I could find out because on this guy, trust me, there is a lot of information about it right now. This is off of the Washington Post, and this one in part reads, "The FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried was hit with a slew of civil and criminal charges on Tuesday by 3 different U.S. agencies. A day after his arrest in the Bahamas at the request of the U.S. government. Also, on Tuesday, a court in the Bahamas where Bankman-Fried appeared declined his plea for bail." Now that's interesting. Why would this man decline his plea for bail? I'm not sure. Is he admitting guilt? Or does he feel safer in jail? I don't know. The charges follow the collapse of FTX in November when Bankman-Fried resigned and the cryptocurrency exchange filed for bankruptcy, stunning its customers and investors. On Tuesday morning, federal prosecutors in New York unsealed an 8-count criminal indictment against Bankman-Fried, alleging fraud and conspiracy charges stemming from the misuse of billions, yes, I said billions, in cryptocurrency assets. How's something like that not noticed? How does no one take notice of this if this is the case? Hours earlier, the Securities and Exchange Commission announced civil charges against Bankman-Fried, alleging the 30-year-old had orchestrated a year-long fraud that concealed from investors the diversion of FTX consumer or customer funds to his crypto trading firm Alameda Research. How do you do that? I don't understand. Why is there not alarm bells? Why isn't someone noticing anything? I don't understand. It also says, among other allegations, there's all sorts of allegations against this guy. And 30 years old. Meanwhile, the Futures Trading Commission accused Bankman-Fried of fraud and is seeking civil penalties. And again, if this guy did this on him by himself, and he embezzled, swindled, frauded that many people out of that much money, oh my word, does he ever need to pay? But something about this to me stinks, and I can't quite put my finger on it. Bankman-Fried, known by his initials SBF, was until recently the cryptocurrency's world wonder kid. He shot onto Bloomberg's billionaire index with a net worth of $26 billion this past spring. He and other FTX executives also gave enormous amounts of money to politicians. More than $70 billion in the 2022 election cycle. My understanding is he gave an awful lot of money to the Democrats that were running for this last midterm election. That's a lot of money. He was born in California to a pair of Stanford law professors. Bankman-Fried studied physics and math at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology before a stint on Wall Street. He founded Alameda Research in 2017, and FTX, he came up with that 2 years later. Until recently, FTX was the third largest cryptocurrency in the world by volume, where investors could buy and sell Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. FTX also created its own token called FTT. Again, I'm not going to claim that I know anything about cryptocurrency because I don't. What I do know is when you're talking millions, billions of dollars of other people's money, that's a lot. And if somebody was just playing high stakes here, thinking that they're going to get a huge return, and that's what this was all about, I really don't know. But again, that's a lot of money. When it's not your money, you're playing with other people's money. The exchange advertised itself as a safe and easy way to get into crypto investing, paying for splashy television commercials featuring superstars such as NFL quarterback Tom Brady. In November, when news spread that most of Alameda's balance sheet was made of FTT or FTX, the market went into a tizzy. I can imagine, because this, again, is other people's money. Well, then he goes Then, and he files for bankruptcy, resigned from the company, filed for bankruptcy, and headed to the Bahamas. And on Tuesday, Bankman-Fried appeared at a court in Nassau, there in the Bahamas, after his arrest at his apartment on Monday evening. But what I don't understand, this is the part that I don't understand. Why did they arrest him just a few hours before he was due to testify before the House Financial Committee? That I don't understand. Why wouldn't they want to question him, let him testify, ask him whatever questions? And apparently there is a videotape that was going to be used in this testimony about his defense or his plea, but he was going to be questioned, and I'm sure there would be other questions that they didn't have answers to other than what was on this videotape. But nonetheless, why at that time? Federal prosecutors from Southern District of New York unsealed an indictment Tuesday alleging that Bankman-Fried illegally moved FTX user funds, so other people's funds, to Alameda Research to make investments and to pay other expenses. He had invested apparently in real estate, cars, homes, lots of real estate and investments that he made over in the Bahamas. The indictment lists 8 counts, including conspiracy to commit wire fraud and conspiracy to commit money laundering. Well, if he is convicted on all of these charges, he could face up to 100, what I heard is up to 120 years in prison. However, I'm not sure if you've noticed, there's something very odd about this cryptocurrency. Recently, the internet stopped talking about the deaths of 3 different cryptocurrency giants that had been reported in the media just weeks from each other. These were all young individuals that had high rankings in different cryptocurrency affiliations. And I just wonder, I mean, you can say that's a coincidence, but that just seems really odd. It makes me wonder, is Bankman-Fried the next one that something is going to happen to? Because maybe I just don't have a criminal mind. I have no clue. I just can't imagine that someone would be able, without any sort of alarm bells, to deceive that many people and no one out there be aware of this. I just find it exceptionally odd. And the fact that just seriously, hours before he was arrested, he was due to testify. I don't know. There's something about it to me that does not feel right. I don't know what it is. I cannot put my finger on it. But this is something I'm definitely going to follow. And I also hope the man stays safe. That's all I'm going to say on that one. I just can't imagine, again, I'm going to say it again, that if he did this, that he did it alone. Just me. I can't imagine it. Well, I thank you for tuning in. I'm going to stay on top of this one because there's just something to me that doesn't sound right. And if I find out anything more, I will definitely let you know. But for now, I wish you a good day and may God bless you all. Bye bye for now.